I'm doing.
Y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know. Okay, let's translate because I was trying to talk to y'all in code because Maurizio was like regulating. Put the camera down. Turn the camera off.
AKA
Louis,
AKA Amaro.
Yeah, he was regulating. Okay, so let's tell y'all what happened. Oh, this story starts so far back in the past, guys. Basically, we got to this Airbnb. Mm-hmm. We decided to keep it. Remember, we was gonna move, and it was like I was looking up the location. I said, you know what? Let's just go there and see what we see, and if it's horrible, I can move later. Either way, because you lose 50% of what we paid. Mm-hmm. So we came here anyway, and it turned out that we have like the most amazing, like our Airbnb. You done?
She spent like a half an hour.
Yeah, just telling us, mapping out plans and what we should go see and how to get there and what to do and all of that.
The best of the best.
The best of the best. And so Querin leaves tomorrow. So we decided to go tonight and try to see something, following her instructions for 2 places to eat that she said was in a less touristy part of Venice. Mm-hmm. She showed us on a map a green area and a pink area where she said is going to be away from like the crowds and the different restaurants she liked and the reason why. The first restaurant she said she liked. Loud. I have to be loud because of the thing. Go ahead. The first restaurant she said she liked because of the tapas. And so we went there. It was super crowded. Mm-hmm. And she was also saying you could eat on a boat on the water.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, but it was kind of cold out. And plus the boats didn't have tables and we really wanted a table.
And I'm greedy and I didn't want tapas. I wanted a meal.
Yeah, so Querin was like, let's go look at the second one, which was just down the street. And so we went to the second one, and we couldn't remember why she said she liked it, but then we remembered. It was because of the music, the jazz and the blues music. Yeah. So we get there, and it is just as crowded. And we're like, wow, every place she likes is crowded.
It must be good advice, because, yeah.
Yeah. And so when we walked in, we see this man behind the bar. Hi.
Red or white? Red, white or cafe?
He doesn't speak the English, and we don't speak the Italian, but somehow he conveyed that he wanted to give us some wine in a glass, and he told us to share. And we asked a waiter after we got our wine about sitting down. We wanted 2 for 2. She said, no, sorry. She was just turning us away, but she was doing it in front of him. So he was like, and then she turned around and said, okay, 10 minutes.
So what he said was, y'all better find these sisters a place to sit down and tell you.
Y'all know we play jazz and we won't be having no black people come by. We got real live black people up in here. Right. And so we sat down, and then maybe 2 seconds later, he walked by and was like follow him.
We
and
sat in the waiting area. Waiting for our table. Yeah,
so he was like...
That was still unacceptable to him.
10 minutes was unacceptable. Yeah. He grabbed a lantern off of somebody's table, and we followed him.
He snatched it off their table, and they were eating.
Yeah, and we followed him. And then that's when I turned on my camera with the light, because I was like, okay, he about to take us into something, and we don't even know. We need to record this and have proof if we end up missing.
Honestly, I thought he was taking us to some upstairs back.
To like another part of the restaurant.
He opens the door. She got the light on and the camera. This dude grabs a table, a fold up, beautiful wooden table, and tells us to grab 2 chairs. He gonna make us a table.
He was making us a table. So we grabbed the table, proceeds to sit it down and set it up by the water.
Put the lantern on top of it.
Then somehow we ended up back inside the restaurant.
Well, some drunk guy sat in our chair, and then he guided us, directed us into the
restaurant.
And then we had a table.
We went back in and we had a table,
which he kindly sat at with his friend.
It was a table for 4, and he and his friend sat at the table. And mind you, he talked the entire time, speaking the Italiano. And no, we did not understand what he was saying. He didn't, but he just kept saying it.
I feel like I understood his energy.
Well, understood his energy or not, we did not understand what he was saying. But he proceeded to tell stories. I mean, he was speaking in long sentences. He was telling the story. I think he was telling the history of Rome. Because he was like, Roma, amor, Roma. And then he was writing down on napkins.
That Roma is how you address Romans, and backwards it spells amor.
And that he was Venetian. Not Italian.
He's like, I'm not white, I'm Venetian.
Yeah, that was very important to him.
He said that about 8 times. He said everything about 8 times.
He did. And so now we're at this table and he is just pouring us wine. And then he's ordering food. We don't know what he's ordering.
So the waitresses are coming to the table and said, he said you want this. And we were like...
He wants you to have it. Like basically, it was like, eat the cake, Edame, eat the cake. Right? It was like, he was like, he wants y'all to taste this. So yeah.
So first came out some sardines and some vinegary
onion
stuff. It was amazing. That was great. And then the fish rice.
The risotto
de pesci.
And the guy sitting at the table, it seemed that he was like he made it or something.
He said that he's a fisherman.
I know, but it was like he was so proud of that because he's the one who went up and got the fish rice, the risotto. Yeah. But he was so proud of it, and it was like, yes, it's good. And then came out this big, like, seafood
skillet
gumbo. He said it's like gumbo.
He kept saying it's like gumbo.
And it was the seafood with the mussels and the baby mussels. Like they might have been clams. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
and then
like this
big prawn and it tastes like lobster. And then crawfish and the garlic bread. And that came out next.
Now you eat all that with your hands. It wasn't gumbo
because
like with
the waitress brought us 2 separate plates.
Yeah.
And as we tried to put the food in the separate plates, he
snatched them away. And took our forks and put them in the same plate like you will eat as a community.
Yes.
He knew how to say community in English. He kept explaining.
He didn't know how to say some stuff in English like clear. And I was like, I think this ninja speak English.
Well, he said that to me. He said, I'm not stupid.
I know. That's what I'm like.
He said that in English.
I know. I was like, he keeps switching up. Then he was speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
Then he was speaking French. Yeah. He was just doing the most. But we was just like, yeah. All right. And so then after that came out, he got up, he kept disappearing.
I think he went and cooked something for us.
Yeah, and he came back with the deep fried octopus or squid with black ink in the middle.
Yeah.
It had this really terrific black ink. Like when you bite it, the ink just squirted in your mouth and you could tell like your lips and teeth would be black because his were. When I was watching him, I was like, wow. Because they make this black spaghetti from that ink.
Right.
And then it was like this this corn mush, like a mashed potato.
He said it came from America. The corn comes from America, maize.
Yes. And then they tried to come out with a big thing of spaghetti.
Black spaghetti. We was like, no more.
We can't. And then she was like, but he said also to bring dessert or something. We was like, we can't. We are done. And he was like, no pay.
Libre.
Yeah. So it was
I understand.
Oh my God. We did all of that for free. Right? With this dude who we don't even know what he read our palms, so we don't even know. But there was some tragic news. I think he started crying.
He said I was gonna have a long life. He said longevity.
And for me, he said magic, lucky. Then he was like mirth.
Yeah, he was like Maggio, and which means magic. And then he said something about muerte, a problem. And the girl tried to interpret it. She tried to say he was saying like you're a lucky person, but you've had some tragedy or something.
I hope he said had, because had is good.
Yeah. Because
we already know about that, and we already know thriving and surviving. So yeah, hope.
What?
But I just gotta find somebody. I just gotta find somebody who can speak Italiano, and then.
Because he almost like gave her hand back, like I'm done.
I don't want to look at your hand anymore. Anyways, and so then we're leaving, so we think, right? We think we're done.
We're gonna leave.
Then dude hops in a boat.
First of all, there were paper placemats on the table. So he asked for a pen and he starts drawing a map. And he'll draw the map and left and right and left, and then he'll draw a circle. And then in the circle, he put ghetto. And I was like, what? Then I didn't understand. So he flipped the paper over. He tried to do it again. He drew a more detailed map. Still didn't get it. Finally, he was like, oh, you come. So then.
All right. So then she don't understand the map. He trying to draw her with the ghetto in the middle. And he hopped in a boat. And so we hop in a boat. And the waitress, once again, was like, oh, you haven't seen Venice till you've seen it with him. Right. Querin heard her say that. I thought she said by gondola.
She was talking about people, and because he showed us Venice, and I don't think we would have seen it like that. No
yes, way. But the amazing part is we was just sitting there trying to figure out how to go get a gondola ride
and not pay all the money.
Yes, because we were told by our Airbnb hostess it's $140 for an hour ride for 4 to 6 people, or for however many people, but you could split that price. And then it's $80 for a half an hour ride.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm thinking you cannot be in Venice and not do the boat ride.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna have to suck it up. And she was like, well, maybe when you go, there'll be other people wanting to do it too, and you can split it with them. So we was gonna try to do that. But this dude done threw us in a boat and he took us around. It was amazing.
Looks and credits.
We seen everything we wanted to see. Remember, we wanted to see the hands. We didn't know where the stuff was. The bridge.
And my daughter called me right when we went under the bridge. Perfect time. And she was at Six Flags in Maryland and called on Face Chat. And I was able to show her, my 4-year-old, y'all met her before, Zora, show her the bridge.
Yep.
It's perfect.
And then I believe he must have drove us through the ghetto when he kept saying, was that the ghetto where he was like, this is where the Africans live? And he was like, Campo del Moro.
Yeah, he was showing us where the Africans came, where they ported, I guess. Took us what looked like some wealthy neighborhood. I mean, everywhere.
Yeah.
In the cut.
In the cut. And so the amazing part again is, so we just driving in the cut. He driving under all these random canals. But yeah, so we're going under this bridge, right in the center of the bridge. At the perfect time, somebody is walking right in the center of the bridge, walking as we're going under. And he looks down and we look up and he calls and he's like, hey, we're like, hey. And our friend, he stops the boat and backs it up. And it's our friend Dennis. Like, what are the freaking odds? What are the odds? Like, at that perfect time. And so the guy was like, come on. And Dennis went and hopped in the boat with us. And just like that, y'all, I got a friend. Querin is leaving tomorrow. And I was like, Dad, I'm going to have to do all this stuff by myself. These videos about to be boring because, you know, I really can't turn up the way I want to when I'm by myself because you look crazy. And just like that. And Querin been the map reader. And the navigator. Come to find out, I don't even have Google Maps on my phone.
She got a new map reader. He read them just like I do. He
sure do. He sure do.
So he's going to pick us up tomorrow. Yes. And he and I are going to tag team on her. I'm going to leave.
Tag team on me? Yeah. That sounds kind of weird.
It sounds nasty. I'm going to leave. And he's going to pick up where I left off.
Tag team.
Make sure my girl ain't somewhere out in Lord knows where.
Because, oh my God, Querin. Tell them about the pictures. So he calls her from under the bar.
We get back. And we're trying to.
We get back and we're trying to leave again.
Trying to say bye again after like what was it? It seemed like 2.5 hours.
And he insisted that we have coffee. Now the waitress assured us that you can't have coffee because the coffee machines are down. They already shut them down.
Right, they're cleaning them.
Homeboy had them start back up.
And he broke up like this too rich for me, chocolate to put in there. And we're trying to say bye again. And he's like, come here underneath the counter to go inside. And he has pictures to show me. So he's showing me this snake fish. It's like this really long.
I seen the snake fish.
Yeah, really huge. Long, huge snake fish. The pictures won't just go one after the other. So I have to click, go out, click, go out, click, go out. So I see people dancing on the table with these French people, he told me, with this fish. He's like, go, go. I could see the thumbnails coming, and I'm like, whatever's down there, I don't want to see it. But you see he bossy and we listen, right? So I kept going, get to this video. Next thing I know, I see. Can I say it?
Yes. What does she see?
All the and a fish in the middle.
We don't know who he is, but clearly he's in charge of something because they listened to him.
No resistance at all.
Yeah, it was like his word was law. And yeah.
I think he tried to tell me that part because he said something about 40 years and da-da-da-da-da, but I just didn't get all of that.
Maybe we have to look up the restaurant and the history of it. And then we'll see. So all I know is it was an amazing night. It was a night orchestrated by the universe. Like, we could have orchestrated that ourselves. Nowhere in the world can you just orchestrate having a free meal where everything is brought out by the chef, a chef-like person. Exactly. You know, where it's just amazing good food that we wouldn't have ordered or known how to order on our own.
Yeah.
And a boat ride in the middle of the night around Venice.
For free.
For free? And you run into your homie?
Who walked us home? He escorted us home.
Because come to find out, that's the other thing. He lives in walking distance from where we're staying too. His where he's staying is in walking distance. Thank you, universe. Good gracious. You are so good to us. Look, I'm looking at the light. I'm looking at the light like that's... This is a good life, y'all. Oh.